That's the only time he ever saw him. It took his mother a year, more than a year, to find him. Imagine what she felt like when she finally, through the grapevine on this island, found that, walking down the street in the ghetto, she'd never been in the ghetto before, that see her son playing soccer out in the street. So you can imagine how she felt. So his mother took him back, and she wanted to make a better life for him. So they moved back to 9 Miles, and then she built this house. That is Bob Marley's boyhood home. It's 1 room, very simple life. And then it wasn't about 3 years later, his mother had made a few trips into the city, and as crazy as it seemed, she was drawn to want to live there. So they moved into Trenchtown, Jamaica. What you're looking at, this is a great name. It kind of covers it all. The Miracles and Wonders Church of Christ the Redeemer Zion's Healing Temple in Kingston, Jamaica. So you can imagine what the life was like. So when Bob turned 14, he really wanted to, he was so smart, the school was just a waste of time. So it's like he talked his mother into letting him quit school, and he took a job as a welder. And one day in the welding shop, he was working on a bicycle frame, and the joint exploded and shot a piece of metal into his right eye. There was, in the emergency room, there was no anesthetic. They dug it out. He didn't sleep for 2 days. He was just in pain, so his mother took him back to the emergency room, only to find that there was still another piece of metal in there. So once again, no anesthetic. Dug into his eye and took the metal out. So at that point, he pleaded with his mother to, he had this dream, he had heard these groups, and he had this dream of playing music. And he, you know, if you want to talk your mother into letting you change your life, do it when your eye is all bandaged up. So he chose music. From that point on, she never said how he brought money home, but he did help the family out. We don't know how he did it, some underground way, but so he helped the family out. And then Bob Marley, by the time he was 14 years old, he had become a streetwise, badass, switchblade carrying bad boy. They called him rude boys in Jamaica. And at age 19, this is a picture of his group at 19. They already called themselves the Wailers. And then, this is a picture of the group. At age 20, notice the suits. They were getting gigs at hotels, so it was a big investment to buy a suit even. So that's so people were starting to take notice. He was definitely driven to do this. So the first song I'm going to play for you is actually the last song he ever wrote and recorded. So a lot of the brethren say that he was actually singing his own eulogy, and he had written it a year before. So if you know the song, sing along. It's on Rolling Stone's Top 100 of all time, coming in at number 66. It's called Redemption Song.
Oh, pirate, yes, they rob I. Sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We flowered in this generation triumphantly. So won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have are redemption songs. Redemption songs. Imagine ourselves from into slavery, not let ourselves get free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them are gonna stop at the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. So won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? All I ever have, redemption songs, redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from into slavery, and let ourselves get free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them are gonna stop at the time. How long shall they keep our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption songs. All I ever have, redemption songs. These songs of freedom, songs of freedom.
Today we also want to honor Dr. Martin Luther King. Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day, and so let's open up our heart with our first quote by Dr. King. Well, he's not here to do it. Sam is doing it.
Good morning, CSL.
Good morning.
I am Deborah Cabot, and I am so delighted and grateful to be a part of sharing this quote by Dr. Martin Luther King. My prayer is that your consciousness take wings and fly as we move forward in this beautiful celebration.